Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Humza Yousaf has been told on many occasions he is not to meet with foreign leaders, foreign dignitaries, diplomats, anything like that, without the presence of either the Cabinet Office representative, the Foreign Office representative, or someone from the diplomatic corps. And yet he keeps doing it. And some of the people he is meeting are very, very dangerous people. Dangerous to the security of this country. Indeed, to the point where I now feel, and many others do, that Humza Yousaf needs to have a full security investigation by the security services of this country, because he's now starting to represent a clear and present danger to the safety of this country. Subsequent to the 7th of October attacks on Israel by Gazans, Hamas, he met with a man called Humza Yousaf, who was a representative of Palestine and who is a supporter of Hamas, someone who actually agrees with their aims. And Humza Yousaf is meeting him in Scotland, in Bute House, and no record is being kept of what was discussed, and no one from the Foreign Office, the Commonwealth Office, the Cabinet Office, or any diplomat was present, despite those being the rules. This man is a danger. What was said? What was agreed? What's he got to do to be investigated? What's he got to do to be pulled? Cameron needs to deal with this immediately. Let's take a look at this story. Secretive SNP government refused to reveal what Humza Yousaf spoke about with a controversial Palestinian diplomat. And this diplomat is someone who hates with a passion Israel, hates Jews, and was very supportive of what Hamas did. And he's invited to Bute House by Humza Yousaf, and no one is saying what was talked about. And there was no presence from any UK government official, which he knows there should be. Cameron right now needs to close down every single foreign office in every single embassy that Scotland's currently got the presence in. He's threatened to do it, and now he must. And he must instigate a full security service investigation into Humza Yousaf, into every single aspect of Humza Yousaf's life. The man is now a danger to this country. I would go so far as to say traitor. The First Minister welcomed Humza Yousaf, who is the head of the Palestinian mission to the UK, to Bute House twice in 2023, including in November, which was after the Hamas terror attacks in Gaza. The secretive Scottish government refused to release minutes from the two meetings between these two people. The First Minister met Yousaf, and this was after the terrorist attack. The summit was organised for November the 17th, with Yousaf requesting to speak to the SNP leader to discuss ongoing events in the Middle East, of which he has no oversight power or anything to do with it. If he wants to speak to anyone from this country, he speaks to the Foreign Office or the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Office. He does not go to some regional governor. That's no different than speaking to some Lord Mayor of London. It's nothing. It's meaningless. Why was that man here? There's got to be other reasons. He was accompanied to Bute House by an entourage which included a security guard and an advisor and the head of Palestinian community. Is that security guard British? Was he armed? If we are having armed foreigners running around in Britain when we aren't allowed to carry weapons, that alone indicates that something very seriously wrong and amiss with this whole regime in Scotland. Who was the advisor? Who is this head of Palestinian community? Name them, shame them, make them known. Why wasn't the Foreign Office representative there? Why no diplomats? He knows the rules. And the only reason is that the discussions they were having were detrimental to the security of this country. The diplomat is a controversial figure. He has repeatedly refused to condemn the killing of innocent people at the music festival in Gaza on October the 7th, which sparked the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas. About 12,000 civilians were killed when the terrorist group launched an attack with dozens of people taken hostage. Zomlot has appeared on various news channels, including Sky and Talk TV, with Piers Morgan, where he failed to condemn Hamas. And failure to condemn is that you are pro. He now is inviting a man who is pro-Hamas. He is now consorting with terrorists, and he's the representative of the people of Scotland. And he is pro-Hamas. He is anti-white. We know he's a white-hating racist. And now he's consorting with the sort of people who would want to kill all of us. Because believe you me, after they're finished with the Jews, they'll be coming after the Christians. He said that his people have been occupied, colonised and besieged for so many years and were fighting for their lives. No. Nobody was killing them until you sent people out into Israel. Israel were defending themselves, not attacking you. Stop putting the bullshit up. During a heated interview with Mr. Morgan on October the 19th, again after the attacks, he rebuffed multiple attempts to get him to do the same, to admit that it was wrong. Instead, he called the line of questioning very vicious and asymmetric game that he said has contributed to the oppression of my people. Oh yes, because answering the question and saying that killing innocent people is so wrong in your mind that you say that it must be the person asking the question is attacking you personally. Because you know. This guy, absolutely, the side of Hamas. Humza Yousaf, kissing his ring. Zomlot did reject the notion of killing civilians, but adds that if he condemns the attacks, people will believe the idea that Hamas started the conflict, and they said that is dangerous. Hamas did start the conflict. Hamas did. It was Hamas who came across the border and did this. And he's now trying to change that and try and change in people's minds that that was not the case. That was entirely the case. Hamas were behind those borders. They came across. They did it. He's also previously told CNN that Israel knew this was coming their way. He said it's a consequence. Speaking at Labour conference next week, he added that he regretted the Hamas violence has left hundreds dead. He says that, but we don't believe him. He also revealed 6 members of his family had been killed that day by an Israeli bombardment. Well, you shouldn't have sent Hamas across the border then, should you? And he accused the nation of a war crime by cutting water and electricity from Gaza. Hey, Gaza, go and build your own water supply. Go and build your own electricity supply. You want to be a nation state? Be a nation state. Israel doesn't owe you anything. It owes you even less now. Why haven't you got your own water? If you are a nation state that doesn't have water, then you're a failed state. The Scottish Daily Express asked the Scottish Government to supply all minutes from this meeting, but were refused on the grounds of free and frank provision of advice, international relations and personal information. He should have no international relations. That should not be anything that the devolved assembly should be able to do. And personal information. Yeah, I personally said that. He personally said this. And we sat there and laughed as we thought about all the people that between us we were going to end up killing. To explain the redaction, an official wrote, in this case, disclosing information relating to sensitive matters such as the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, of which we have no say whatsoever, would substantially prejudice relations between the UK and the government of Palestine. You are not the government of the United Kingdom. You should be having nothing to do with it. This man needs to be arrested. Humza Yousaf now needs to be arrested, needs to be charged with treason, needs to be thrown into jail, and the key thrown away. And when he's done, he can choose which country he wants to live in, because he obviously hates this one so much, because it's white, 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 and he's doing his damn best to harm its interests. That's what we've got. That's who you voted. All you SNP voters, are you really wanting the likes of this? Is that what you voted for? Baby murderers. And Hamas is definitely that. And then standing next to this man is someone who supports the murder of little white babies, of course, because he doesn't like white people. I'm coming up before I get angry. If anything shows the measure of this man, it's the company he keeps. Erdogan, a man who mass kills the Kurds. And now Zomlot, a man who is a Palestinian who supports the murder of Israeli babies, who will not decry and put down Hamas. A man who supports Hamas. And Humza Yousaf cuddling up to both of them. Strange, isn't it? Very strange. Makes you wonder what he's got planned for all the rest of us. Are you white? Are you Christian? Are you Christian? You know. Don't hold out much hope. Not when all the new Scots arrive. He needs to be arrested. He is a danger. He is an absolute danger to the safety of everyone. Not just in Scotland, but Western Europe. I'll stop. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, stay bloody angry, and get rid of this dangerous, dangerous man. Bye.